This video is sponsored by Zebronics. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Nikhil from dopemotions.com and welcome to this brand new After Effects tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to create a really nice and clean looking bell icon animation that you must have probably seen in the beginning of most of the YouTube videos where they use the subscribe and the bell icon animation using a hand. So it's pretty simple and easy to create. So without any further ado, let's get straight into After Effects and get started. If you guys are looking for a really high quality speakers or maybe a cool mechanical keyboard or a super responsive mouse or a dope looking cabinet for your next build, then make sure to check out Zebronics.com. From slim LED TVs to wireless headsets, they have it all at a really good and reasonable price. For more information, check out the link in the description below. Alright, so here we are in After Effects. Now the first thing that you need to keep in mind is to take some screenshot using your cell phone or your computer, whatever that you prefer, and you need to take 3 screenshots. The first one will be this one. This one. This is the not subscribed one. When you're, you can see your channel, your video, and it doesn't matter really, this section doesn't really matter because we'll be replacing it with a new placeholder where you can drag your image or video that whatever that you want. And we need the main thing is your channel and the subscribe button. So first screenshot will be of the of your layout will be when you're not subscribed to the channel. The second one will be this one when you're subscribed to the channel but not hit the bell icon. So third one will be when your bell icon is clicked, just like that. And the fourth one will be a hand image that you can download from Google. If you want the same project file, you can download the project file by just donating $1 and supporting me on Patreon. If you want to download the project file that I'm using, if you guys want to download my project file, you can download it from the link down in the description below. You can just donate $1 on Patreon. You can support me. That will help me to create more and more tutorials for you guys. And just donating $1, you can download all of my, I guess I have more than 100 tutorials on YouTube, so you can download all the project file by just donating $1. So I think that is a really cool thing, so yeah, I just whatever, let's go. So let's start by creating a new composition. This is going to be 1920 to 1080 60 fps, and let's rename this to main. I'm going to keep the M capital as always. Hit OK. Then what I can do is let's select this one, that is a not subscribed one, and let's drag it into a new composition. So it's going to create a new composition just like that. There we have it. And let's create one more composition. This is going to be our media placeholder where we can replace it. You can add your own pictures or videos, whatever that you want. So let's rename this to media. Hit OK. And then I'm going to drag in my footage that I'll be using. You can of course use any footage. You get the idea, right? So let's keep it somewhere around there. All right. And let's go into the main composition, or not the main composition. Let's go into not subscribed one composition. Let's rename this actually to, let's call this the slide. And then I'm going to drag in the media composition into this comp. Let's scale down this by hitting S and just scaling down to maybe, I guess, 77%. No, 57, I guess. Let's align this. Pretty cool. Let's place it in the position that we want, somewhere around there. Looks good. Perfectly aligned up. There we go. So there we have our placeholder. Now let's go into the main composition and drag in the slide composition just like that, and let's scale this up really high to, I guess, 177%. Yep, perfect. And let's hold shift and drag this below because we just need to see the video, something like so. Pretty cool. Now let's go and animate this up. So let's go to, I guess, 1 second and create a keyframe on the position and the scale. So let's create a keyframe on the position, hit S to bring down the scale, and create a keyframe on the scale, hit U. Let's go 1 second forward in time to, I guess, 2 seconds. And let's scale this down to, let's say, around 75%. I think that is a bit too much. We can later on fix it as well. So let's, select this and drag it into the position that we want. So I'll just drag it somewhere around there. Looks pretty good to me. And I think 75 is a bit too much, or maybe too less. I'll go with 70%. And hold shift just to be precise and drag it right over here, just like that. So we have something like this. I'll use my arrow keys just to be a bit more precise. Okay, looking pretty good. Bring down the bit just like that. Select the keyframes, hit F9 to ease them, and let's go into the graph editor, and I'm going to create a peak just like so. So our animation looks a bit more interesting. There we go. Let's see what we have. I'm gonna just turn off the audio for now. Okay, looking pretty good. Let's hit U so we can see all the keyframes. Okay, pretty nice. So right over here at 2 seconds, I'm gonna drag in the hand image just like that. Now it's a fairly big image, so hit S and scale this down really small, maybe something like this big. I think, yep, this big should do. 15% looks good. And what I'm going to do is, let's go to around, let's say maybe 45 frames, 2 seconds and 45 frames, and let's place it in the position that we want. So I want this to be right over here. Let's create a keyframe on the position property. So create a keyframe, go back in time to 2 seconds, and just bring this down just like so. So now we have this really simple animation. Then let's go a few frames forward. I'm gonna just set this to somewhere around there maybe, and let's hit S to bring down the scale properties. Create a keyframe, hit U so you can see the position and the scale. Create a keyframe on the position as well. Let's go 10 frames forward in time and scale this down to 14%. And then I'm going to set the position a bit up, so use your arrow keys just to be precise, just like so. So now you basically have something like this, kind of clicking. Then let's go 10 frames forward in time, and then I'm just going to copy this keyframes, hit Ctrl C, Ctrl V to paste it up. So we have something like that. Pretty simple, you see, really easy to do. Then let's go right away and here maybe at when it clicks up. So now what we want is, when the hand clicks the button, it should turn to subscribed. So let's go into the slide. Make sure your time indicator is right over here where the animation is up. So let's hit U so we can see just the keyframes right over there. Let's go into slide, and then I'm going to slide in my second screenshot, that is the subbed one, this one. Let's drag it on the top just like that, and then I'm going to select the rectangle tool and just mask this section just like so, and hold Alt and close bracket to crop this up. So now we have this really simple animation just like that. And if I go right over here, we have something like this. Pretty simple. So I'm going to go right over there maybe. Let's crop this up just like so. Let's see what we have. Pretty simple, right? Yeah, pretty simple. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right over here, or maybe let's say right over there. Maybe 3 seconds and 30 frames looks good. Create a keyframe on the position, and then let's go forward in time somewhere around there, and let's drag the hand holding shift to the bell icon just like so. All right, let's go a few frames forward, maybe 10 frames, and again I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to copy the scaling animation right over here, select the scaling keyframes, so hit Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So now we have something like that, And for the position, I'm going to select this one and hit Control C, Control V to paste the keyframes. And in the center, I'm just going to use the arrow keys again, just to be a bit more precise, just like so. So now we have something like this. Pretty simple. And I'm going to do the same thing, go right over here, go into the slide comp, and let's drag in our third snapshot or screenshot, that is the bell one, and then select the mask and just mask this section just like so. Also make sure to crop this up by holding Alt and close bracket, and now we should have something like this. Really simple to do. Let's go right over here, create some keyframe on the position property. Some keyframe, what I'm talking about. Create a keyframe on position property, go to maybe 40 frames or 20 frames or 30 frames forward in time, and let's hold shift and drag this hand out of the frame just like so. Now our animation is pretty lame at the moment, so let's make it a bit more interesting. So what I'm going to do is let's select the first of all, let's select all the keyframes and hit F9. That is going to ease the animation. And now to make it more interesting, I'm going to select these two keyframes, go into the graph editor, and let's create kind of a peak in the center, just to make the animation a bit more interesting, like so. You can see, pretty cool. Also, I'm going to turn on the motion blur, which is going to make things look more interesting. See, pretty nice. I think it's a bit too fast, so I'm just going to select these keyframes and drag them a bit forward in time to, let's say, 4 seconds. And now I need to go right over here, go into the slide and drag this behind as well. So now let's see. Pretty cool. For this one, I'm going to select the keyframes, go to graph editor, and again I'm going to create kind of something like that. I think I'll drag this on this side maybe. Let's see. No, I think I'll create a peak. That would look much better. Yep, maybe a bit too slow. Yep, this is looking pretty nice. So that's it with our simple hand animation. Now I'm going to go right over here and let's add a drop shadow to this. Let's increase the distance just like so, and increase the softness just like that. You can see now it's looking much better. You can play around with the opacity depending on what kind of look you want to go with. Keep it really subtle, something like so. I think I'll go with maybe 45 for the opacity, and for the softness I'll go with 200, and for distance I'll go with 55, something like that. Pretty nice. Let's go into our, oh, we are already into our main composition. Let's pretty quickly add a background, so hit Control Y to create a new solid. Let's rename this to BG for background, and let's add a gradient ramp to this. Let's set this to radial and center this up. And for the center color, I'm gonna go with kind of a lighter red, and for the this one second color, I'll go with kind of a dark red, creating kind of a vignette effect. And for the ramp scatter, I'm going to set this to maybe 30 just to avoid all kind of color bendings. So now we have, let's see what we have actually. Let's put this below. Pretty cool, I think. Looking really interesting, as you can see. And it's really simple to create. Now to make it more effective, the click when the hand clicks on the button, I want this to make it more effective, so I'm going to create a cool little small pop-up accent. So to create that, I'm going to select the ellipse tool and hold shift to create a circle just like so. Alright, and let's go into ellipse. Let's solo this up so we can just see the circle. And let's go at the very beginning of the timeline. Let's create a keyframe on the size and the stroke. So first of all, I'm going to set the size to around 200. Alright, let's go to 30 frames forward in time and create a keyframe on the size and the stroke width. For the width, I'm going to set this to 0. Let's go back in time and let's select the layer, hit U so we can see just the keyframes. And for the size, I'm going to go with 0. And for the stroke, I'm going to go with, let's say 30. Let's see what we have. Pretty simple and cool. Maybe I'll go with 40. Something like that. Let's select the keyframes, hit F9 to ease it. Go to graph editor and let's drag this handle just like that. So we have a bit more interesting animation, as you can see. Really nice and simple. Maybe I'll just drag them a bit forward in time. Pretty cool. And there we have it. Let's hold Alt and close bracket to crop the layer. And I'm gonna hit Control X to cut the layer, or cut the layer. You have to cut the layer. I was right. I don't know why I'm, stammering right now this much. I don't really stammer that much, but I don't know what's wrong today. Anyway, so let's go into slide composition and hit Control V to paste the layer, the shape layer. And I think we don't need to cut this up because I'm gonna hit delete. I'm gonna just hit Control Z actually. And let's go right over here because our hand animation is right in this composition. I got a bit confused. Sorry for that. So I'm gonna go right. Let's actually select the hand layer and hit U so we can see just the keyframes. So according to the keyframe, I can just set the animation, just go right over here. Let's put this below. Let's rename this to pop. And let's place it in the position that we want. So I'm gonna just go right over here. Put it right over here, and now we have, oh, we can't see it because it's below the slide. So now we have something like this. I think it's a bit too slow. Hit U and let's bring this really close. So let's see what we have. Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty nice. Let's hit Control D to duplicate it, and let's bring this right over here. Let's go right over there, and let's bring this just on the bell icon. And now we have something like so, just to make it look more interesting. Then what I can do is I can select all the layers and hit Control Shift C to pre-compose it, and let's call this animation. And let's add a drop shadow for this animation. Increase distance maybe, and increase the softness really high. Something like so. Yeah, pretty nice. So now we have this really cool looking animation. Let's preview this. I think it's looking pretty nice, clean and simple, and that is what we are going for. Let's go right over here at 5 seconds and let's animate this up. So I'm gonna hit U so we can see the keyframes. Select the keyframes and hit Control C, Control V to paste the keyframes just like so, and right click and time reverse the keyframes. So we have the reverse animation as well, just like so. And I think we are done. Really simple and easy to create the bell icon animation, which you guys were requesting me from quite a long time, and I finally got time to do this animation. So pretty simple, pretty easy, and anyone can create it using some really simple steps. Again, if you want to download the project file, make sure to check out the link in the description below and support me on Patreon, guys. This will help me a lot in creating some amazing tutorials for you guys. So that is all for today. So that is a wrap for today, guys. I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and if it was, make sure to subscribe, comment and like, and I will see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and don't forget to stay raw, stay creative.